Hello. I know I've not uploaded on the second channel in a little while. I'm also not centered, but basically I've had so many things to do. I've been extremely busy over the last little while, so that's why I've not uploaded on this channel. But I've made a few little changes here and there, and we should be I've finished a lot of my work, so we should be good to go now. I am very stressed, and World War III started, which is that's nice. That's fucking excellent. But yeah, basically, you've no doubt seen that Russia has invaded Ukraine, and I don't know, people are asking for my take on it because I'm a geopolitical expert and stuff like that. But basically, it's been on the cards for a few weeks now, where everyone's like, Russia's going to invade tonight. Oh, Russia's going to invade tonight. We've intercepted intelligence that says blah blah, and then it never happened. So then, like my counter-tola Al Dankula character that I made on Twitter when the Afghanistan pullout happened, I made another character called Countolov Dankislav, and started LARPing as a Russian soldier and dunking on people and stuff, and that was funny for a little while. And then the invasion actually fucking happened, which I didn't expect. I didn't think that was actually going to happen. I thought this was just more saber rattling, just some more fuckery from the mainstream media and all that type of stuff. And yeah, it looks like the invasion actually fucking happened. And the reasons for it, I'm really not sure about. There's loads of different theories about it. Like, for example, Russia wants better security on its borders, I believe. Some people are also saying that, oh, it's because Ukraine itself are essentially Russians and Putin wants to annex it back into Russia, or fucking what was the other one? It was also because Ukraine wanted to join NATO, and Russia didn't like that because it means that some fucking military bases and missile sites and everything could have been put closer to their borders, etc., etc., etc. Right. So there's loads of different reasons, but as for the exact reason why, we can all speculate. But the only person who really knows is Putin. Putin's the only one who really knows. As for the actual war itself, like, people are like, "Oh, do you support it? What's your opinion on the war?" No, I don't fucking support war. Like, fuck no. Fuck no, I don't actually support war, right? And obviously, Russia is the aggressor since Ukraine was just sitting there minding its own fucking business. And yeah, okay, the people are saying things like, oh, there was bio labs that were close to Russian borders, there was missiles close to Russian borders, there was this, there was that, etc., etc., and Russia's decided to go in and deal with it. Maybe that is the case, maybe it is, I don't know, but in this case, it does seem that Russia is the aggressor, and obviously, being libertarian and all that, no, you cannot just invade someone's land and force them to do shit and destroy their property because you feel like it. And there's, oh, but it was self defense. Well, there needs to be a clear and imminent threat in order for that to count. But as for the war itself, there's lots of propaganda coming out in favour of Ukraine, and there's so much to fucking go into. I'll try and cover as much as I can. I'm just talking off the cuff here. It's late at night. I'm still in the studio, as you can see, trying to get loads more work done because I'm hoping to have 5 videos out this month. So that's nice. Um, Loads of pro-Ukrainian propaganda that turned out to be fake. For example, the ghost of Kiev. It turned out that all of that was a lot of shite. The Snake Island soldiers who allegedly, and I retweeted this thinking it was real because how the saying goes, you're not immune to propaganda. Where they apparently told the Russian warship to go fuck itself, and then apparently they were bombed into oblivion and they all died. Well, it turns out that they're all actually still alive. They were just captured, but it's a case of, did they actually tell the warship to go fuck itself, or was that faked? Nobody knows. So basically, anything that comes out of these like brave war stories and all that type of stuff, like, let's remind everyone that there is a war happening. Propaganda will happen, as it does in every single war. One side wants to, I drew myself as the Chad and I've drawn you as the soy Wojak. Like, that's what propaganda essentially is, and you're going to see a lot of it. There's going to be tons of it. So even though the story might seem all quite cool and, oh, here's a nice example of bravery and all this type of stuff, and here's an example of the Russians fucking up. There was one story I saw where 2 Russians got arrested by the local police because they went into the police station to ask for petrol. Funny fucking story, really funny. There was even photographs of the 2 Russians in fucking handcuffs sitting inside the police station. Is it true, and is that exactly what happened? We don't fucking know. Right, there was also another story where apparently a Ukrainian farmer came out and hooked one of the fucking Russian APCs up to his tractor and fucked off with it and stole it. Right? Turns out that actually could have just been Russian guys commandeering a tractor to tow their tanks because they ran out of petrol. Again, you don't know. Right? I fell for it a little bit at the start, but there's a time to be serious about it and obviously not buy into all the fake stuff. So yeah, there'll be fun stories, yeah, they'll be hilarious and so on, but there's a very small chance that it's actually true because war's happening and propaganda's a thing. The other things that apparently are happening is the invasion is not going as well as Putin had hoped. He thought, well, how long did it take Iraq to fall? Was it 20 days? 20 days for Iraq to fall. And Putin expected, apparently, I don't know if this is true, again, because, you know, what's fucking real in the news cycle is Putin expected it to take 4 days. 4 days now. Is that true? No fucking idea. But if that was his target, he's completely fucked up. He's taken some border territories. He is approaching Kiev, but the Russians are getting met with a lot more resistance than they hoped. Zelensky, who is the president of Ukraine, who used to be a comedian who became president, he ended up dishing guns out to people. Whether or not that was actually true, maybe it kind of was. Some people were, for photo ops, and the news media were holding like cardboard cutouts of weapons to make it look like they had weapons. But then there's also reports that people who were given weapons, you know, just civilians who were given weapons so that they could fight the Russians, were using the weapons to settle grievances that they had in the past. And as well as people are committing robberies with them and blah blah. Yeah, it's fucked up. And also there's nothing they can, there's no police or anything to stop it because hey ho, they're at fucking war. So yeah, it's an absolutely shit and fucking atrocious situation. I would say that even with the propaganda, Putin and Russia are the aggressors, and they should fuck off and leave. That's yeah. Again, however, should we do anything to help? No, no, I don't believe we should. I'm very non-interventionist. My foreign policy is none. Right? If other people want to fucking boogaloo and all that, if other people are getting attacked, then they should defend themselves, right? I'm not going to side with the attacker, but in the same breath, you know, kind of sounds a lot like your problem. If people want to help, then whatever, that's fine. If you want to send aid and resources and help people and stuff like that, then yeah, absolutely, you can do that. But when it comes to foreign policy, that's when you start using, you know, taxes for it. You know, that money that you steal from us. So that's how my foreign policy personally is just no, don't do anything. But if you want to help them and stuff like that and donate and like some people are even going over there to fucking fight, which I'll admit, you know, sounds like a laugh on paper, but it's fucking war. It's war. War's fucking horrible. War's fucking atrocious. I mean, it's a terrible and it's a shitty thing. Putin's even waving his dick around, going like, "Oh, I'll get the nukes. I'll get the fucking nukes. My finger's on the big red button, the fucking pussy." Right, but is it going to result in like a nuclear fucking Armageddon or something like that, or like fully blown World War III? Because apparently shit's even kicking off a little in Belarus. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I don't want to make a comment on it because just a few weeks ago when I was larping on Twitter as a Russian, I was thinking to myself like, nah, I won't actually have it. I was like, nah, they won't actually invade. They won't actually invade. Nah, they won't do it. And I was very, very fucking wrong. So I don't want to say anything just now in case I end up being fucking wrong again. And also, I don't want to start retweeting and talking about propaganda because shit is going to be made up. Shit is going to be parroted. See, even those stories about Goes to Kiev and all that other stuff, those are still being spread on Reddit. Even though they got disproven and everyone found out that they were a lot of shite, those are still being spread on Reddit. But then again, it is fucking Reddit. They're not exactly, facts, Reddit. Yeah, you know. But still, it is a terrible and shitty state of affairs. Like, the stuff that's happening to the Ukrainian civilians is absolutely fucking diabolical, and countries are sanctioning the absolute shit out of Russia. Their stock market's crashing and all other manner of negative things, which, yeah, okay, then that's fine. I mean, if people don't want to trade with Russia, then they don't want to trade with Russia, but the stuff that is happening to the civilians is terrible, and Russia should fuck off. But then people are like, I had one guy tweeting at me going, use your voice for peace, use your platform, but what the fuck am I supposed to do? What? Okay, and I've made a video here on the second channel. It's cool, boys. The war's over. I fixed everything, right? I sorted all of the problems. Russia's pulling out. Russia's pulling out, just like I pulled out your mum last night. I'm kidding. I stayed in. I mean, if I start something, I'm going to finish it. But like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, right? Okay, I'm very anti-war. I am extremely anti-war until it comes down to actual direct self-defense, right? So, for example, Ukraine fighting back against the Russians are not doing anything wrong. They have a right to self-defense, and that is what they're doing. But it's just a shite state of affairs. But also bear in mind that, yeah, okay, I talk about politics, I talk about free speech issues and stuff like that. No, the free speech stuff is the stuff that I am, somewhat of an expert in. War is not, war and like geopolitical relations between nations. It's not my strong point. It's not my strong point. But the only thing I will say is be wary of the propaganda. You will see a lot of it. You will see an awful lot of it. Now, even though Russia are the aggressors, the stuff that the media will be saying to you about Russia won't be 100% true, right? There might be some areas where, they've edited a few facts to make Russia look even worse than it actually is, right? So just bear in mind, it's wartime rules. The information that you are being given will be very heavily censored, edited, and curated to make the populace have a certain mindset that will be beneficial for the war effort. It's happened in every major conflict, for the last like 100 years. Probably get more than that, to be perfectly honest. So, see where the media lies, you're going to get an awful lot more of that. But there's a war on, so it's for good reasons this time. But yeah. Anyway, if there are any Ukrainian like subscribers of mine that are watching this, stay safe. Grab one of those fucking free AKs and stuff like that, man. And all I'm saying is sometimes all you need. No, in fact, no. I was I was going to make a joke there, but it was going to involve me explaining how to booby trap a door with a certain device. I'm not going to do that. This is probably a good point to end the video. Take care.